So we had a game yesterday, um, Boston, Indiana. This was a good middle opportunity. Okay, so this will work if you're following some of my videos. Okay, this doesn't work on any team that is up by a certain margin. It works with my strategy. So, for instance, how to bet on losing teams and still make money, profit off of situational betting, betting the luck factor. So if you're using those methods and you have a full game play and you see your team that's winning by a big margin, okay, at halftime, this is a good middle opportunity. And we had one with Indiana yesterday. All right, so Indiana was up 21 at halftime. Now, Indiana, let's take a look at what Indiana did. Indiana, in their previous game, they had lost to Washington at home. Okay, Washington at home. And remember what I said, when teams hate losing at home. Okay, that's a really big angle in all sports. Okay, teams hate to lose at home, and normally they don't. All right, especially if they have a winning record. Now Washington, they lost to Washington, and Washington is obviously not as good as Boston. Okay, Boston's the #1 team in the East. Okay, so now they go in to play Boston. So, they're going to play more motivated, okay? They're going to play to their competition because they lost to Washington at home. So now they play a better team. They go up in class basically and play a really good team in Boston. So this would be a good, obviously Indiana would be a play here at +4. Now, this is how to profit off of, middles, okay? This is how you know when to middle a game. Okay, so Indiana was up 21. All right. Anytime a team, if you look, this is a good start. Okay. So anytime the second half line is double of what the game line is, that's a really good middle opportunity. All right. So we had Boston at -4. And if you look at the second half they had Boston at 7.5. Okay, so it's nearly double of what the game line was. All right, so 7.5. And another way you can know if it's a good middle is by the margin that they're up. So they're up 21. You're giving 7 in the second half, so that would bring it down to 13. Okay, and I mentioned in another video where underdogs usually win between 8 to 11 points. Well, 8 is a very key number in all sports, okay? When you're middling games, I like to use 8 as a guideline when I middle games. If you could get a middle of 8 points or more, that's a very good middle opportunity, okay? And in this case, you're bringing it down to 13, so you basically have a 13-point middle from a straight up win or a straight up loss. Okay, so that's a very good middle opportunity. 8 is a very key number, and I use that as a guideline. If you can get more than an 8-point middle on a game, that is the key number, especially if you're using my strategies here. That is a very profitable. You could hit both bets, and in this case you would have hit both bets. You would have won Indiana at +4, all right, and then you would have taken Boston second half. I mean, you don't have to completely cancel out the game, but you could take for instance, a good situation would be to take Indiana for the game, and then second half you would take Boston for half of what you bet on the game. Just a little bit of an example. So you see here, Boston outscored them 34-17. They nearly took the lead. I think they had a 1 or 2 point lead in the fourth quarter, but then Indiana ended up pulling away, probably because of the fatigue, and the public was all over Boston to begin with. So this was definitely a good middle here. You would have won both bets, -7, giving 7 in the second half, and +4. So it's a very good profitable strategy. How to bet and win on middles, okay, in the second half. So I'll be back with some more videos. So comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you then.